Hey there. I'm trying to figure out which way the wind's blowing from. We'll test out these new trim tabs that I sewed on there, the new stop. Still kind of early, even though I just got off. There's a couple hours left of daylight. That one's showing a bit of west, and that one's showing east. Yeah, I think east. This one switched, launching this way. So I've donned the Paracrackhead Maverick. I want to go through my pre-flight checklist. I've pre-flighted the motor. I've done that in a video, but I don't know if I've done like my final pre-flight. Of course, I've got the wing laid out. I pre-flighted all the lines, cleared the lines. Just want to talk through as I'm clipping in what's going on. Leg. I clipped the reserve on just to clip it on. Made sure my beaners are clear. But the checklist is like this. Leg, and you want to make sure your leg straps are underneath everything, such as this line that I'm going to pull out from my camera. I've got it routed over the leg straps. Chest strap good, chin. There's my chin strap on the helmet, so when I put the helmet on, it's leg, chest, chin. That means your helmet's strapped on, everything's ready to go. Glasses, glider. Now when I clip in, there's something I want to show you on the clip in as far as that goes as well. So the reserve, I'm going to go ahead, clip the reserve on. Got a good spot for it. Route these risers. This is going to be the left riser. This is a steerable Beamer 3 reserve. Would say I like it, but I've never flown it. I've thrown it. Repacked by Chris Santacroce himself. So anytime you're interrupted during a pre-flight, you want to start over, because I've had some mishaps happen because I was interrupted during the pre-flight and thought that I would just pick up where I left off, but I ended up leaving something out. So when I clip in the risers, I'm going to clip this one in. Click. I like to listen for the audible click. This one here. Same thing. Click. So when I get to this part of the checklist, it's beaners locked, trimmers set and equal, brakes clear to the pulley on both sides. That pre-flight was successful. Let me get this throttle attached. Winds are looking great. Clear. I'd already warmed it up on the way out here. It did crank right up. I like that. Pick my launch site. Oh, I got a good wind cycle going on. Oh, wait, is it swirling? Not too bad. It is shifting to the south a little. Oh, now a little west, so it's crosswind. I'm going to wait just a minute. I'm sure it'll straighten back out on me. Yeah, look at there. It's swirling a little. I'm just waiting on a proper wind cycle. Now, I could do this. I could run this wind out without any problem, but I'd rather it be perfect. Okay, it's favoring the east just a little, so I'm going to go for it. Pretty good stuff. Man, that's the beauty of these paramotors. You can get low and slow and still have a great margin of safety. You just don't get that with other kinds of aircraft. Man, oh man, what a fantastic hobby this is. Yeah, there's some things that I like about this Paracrackhead Maverick, and there's some things that maybe not. It looks like I get to do another unbiased review. How about that? I might wait till I land just so I can get some better audio. I know how much you enjoy looking at my ugly ass face. It's a little easier to think and talk than it is to fly and think and talk. As you gain experience, you start to can multitask a little bit because the flying becomes somewhat second nature. You still need to, concentrate some portion of your brain activity on it. Even vlogging and flying, takes up some of that brain power. I hear a lot of new guys talking about starting their vlogs like it's a necessity. I don't know, man. When I was a new guy, I just wanted to learn to fly really well. I think it helped strap on a camera and a mic until I was an experienced pilot. But I kind of like doing it. I like making the videos. It's neat for me. Oh man, the air's just kneel. There's a small layer of turbulence right here about treetop level. Nobody's home. Check the windsock. Well, look at there. It looks like it's indicating north. Of all things. What about this other one here? They're both indicating northwest, so the wind had quite the change since I've been flying, which has not been that long. Check it out, a cow's taking a swim. Neat. Alright, I'm going to try a mid-flight restart. See how easy it is. Reach around these risers here. Really easy. What a beautiful dang sunset that is. Golly. Sometimes it's good to just soak it in, Where did I go? Oh, I done drifted way over here.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it and commit. I'm aiming right over here in the yard, somewhat close to the shop. I left my wing bag on the back end of my truck. I should be able to hit it. We're gonna see. Being that I've got absolutely no wind to contend with. Something I do like about this Parajet harness is the ability to get out of the harness. Man, just a simple lean and you're out. And then raise your legs up and you're in. I mean, of course, it's got to be adjusted properly to get that, but very much a plus. Now, because there's no wind, your glide's going to be a lot shallower than if there was some wind in your face. So you want to account for that. Still pretty high, but I've got 2 turns to make from here. Got to go right, and then I got to go left, and then I don't want to end up in the pond. Shit. Overshot the pond. Fast landing. But it was all good. Guess I should practice what I preach, huh? Don't overshoot the landing, Kyle. You'll end up in the pond. Yeah, right.
All right. That's that. Everything worked. Successful test flight. This will probably be my last installment before the endless foot drag. Possible. I want to stop and fly the mountains on the way. With that said, much love, y'all. Kyle out. So I've had a chance to fly this Parajet Maverick a few times now, and there's some things that I like about it. It's lightweight, it is built very well. The netting is tight. There are a couple of things that, I don't want to call them negs. The fit and finish on this thing is wonderful. But just a couple things. The base. It's got a non-standard base on it. There's really no easy way to clamp it down by the base, the way I like to clamp down my motors. Again, not so much a neg, but it's on a triangle, so it always feels wobbly when you're trying to set it down on something that you're not looking at. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but the standard square base that you see on most paramotors is what I'm most accustomed to, so it could just be that I'm not feeling it that way. I've mentioned the throttle. The throttle, I just don't like it. It's just a lot that's in my hand. It's hard to do things. A pro though is this little throttle lock right here. Cruise control, if you will. Came in handy tonight because I couldn't do anything with my hands. You can set it and then Velcro it to your harness and do your fiddling without a throttle even on your hand. The torque compensation, it's still, you can counter it. I clipped the hadron in lower on the left side to counter for it. You get very little torque compensation out of it. I'm sure it's some, but with a lighter weight pilot, it's really gonna turn that glider to the right, and when you let off, it's gonna really whank it over to the left. Because there's so much more power with this unit, it's really more noticeable, especially for a lighter weight pilot. They would notice that. I would not recommend this to anybody probably under 200 pounds. That is new. These things are powerful. Moster 185 is not for a small pilot. I see a lot of newer guys getting into the sport and wanting power. They want to get something they can do tandems with one day. Not the right road to go down, guys. Get something that's for your weight, something that's properly sized for you. It's gonna make it a lot more enjoyable. Later on down the road, by the time you're ready to do tandems, you can get a bigger motor and you can handle it just fine. The pull start is very nice. I did a restart in flight. It was pretty easy. I didn't have to fumble around a whole lot. It was my first time to do one in flight. I like that. It was smooth. Oh, probably the most comfortable harness. I say comfortable. It's comfortable. There's nothing uncomfortable about it. But getting out of the harness and then getting back in it, this thing folds right up under you so easy. When you set it up correctly, going from a landing gear position to a seated position is just as easy as raising your legs. It stays stuck to you the where it is, but it's almost like it's on a pivot, and it pivots right at the right spot. It's hard to find an uncomfortable harness these days. No harness I've ever sat in has hurt, for lack of a better word. That's kind of the short and the long of it. The buckles, these Cobra buckles, oh, they're like a dream, man. I just love those things. That's about it for now. If something else comes up, I'll mention it. I'm gonna keep flying this thing for a while. So with that said, much love, y'all. Kyle out. I was gonna go fly around till you got here, but it looks like you're here. Yeah, man, I hadn't been flying in like 2 weeks. It's to the point where I just gotta do it or I'm gonna give it up or something. I don't know. Come on, I'll introduce you. Thank you. Hey, man. Here we are. Let's go for a flight. I'm just barely squeezing this one in, and I really don't need to. Got a bunch of company. I got some chores that I didn't finish, but I ain't been flying in 2 weeks, and the weather's beautiful. So people are just gonna have to understand. I hope they do. May the old, fat, tired, white-haired 40-year-old man still be able to do a Neilwind launch with a Hadron XX.
Watch out. Ah, I blew it. I blew it. I know what to do though. I should have had a better layout. I had it, the tips tucked too far in, and so they didn't want to start flying as good. Hey, that looks a lot better. That's what I should have done in the first place. That was laziness, Scott. I guess I need to practice what I preach. Perfect layout. That's what makes it. Let's try it again. It is butter sky. I'm really having trouble coming up with words. I've missed this so much. Am I even recording? My GoPro battery was dead and my card was still full from the endless foot drag. I've really been busy, super busy. I guess that's the nature of taking on an extra job. You know, the training. I don't know what to say except it's butter sky. Oh, and I'm just gonna loiter around in the butter sky. I'm just wallering in it, y'all. I'm gonna go carve down in between these trees and stuff, and I'm just gonna waller in it. And I'm gonna love every single molecule of it that brushes past my skin. Even the ones that smell like burning gasoline. It's not butter sky. There's actually quite a bit of turbulence in it. I didn't notice. Is that bad that I didn't notice the turbulence? Oh, man. It kind of feels like a massage chair when the turbulence is just right. So refreshing. You just take it in. So refreshing. This is going to be a fast landing. And I really need to get down here to my company. Where's my wife going? There's Ian. All right, that was a nice landing. What's up?
Good flight?
Oh yeah, one of the best.
I'm trying to get in as much as I can. Hope y'all can bear with me. The struggle's real. I got family in from out of town, students that I'm putting up for the night, all that business. Be much love. Kyle out. Funky. All right, let's go cool off. See if I remember how to do this. This was a tow session I had with my students. At the end of the day, they had so much fun. They said, man, we don't even want any more. Why don't you go ahead and take a sunset flight and do a little demo for the people that never seen it. So that's what I did. Oh, check out the drogue chute. Let's see if we can catch it. Another successful flight in the books. I like it. Sunset tricks are my favorite. Did tow operations all day. All the students did real well. We had some safe, successful flights. It's the first day I've really utilized the turnaround pulley hardcore. It worked the whole time. It seems to have held up and didn't come apart. Yeah, did much better than the plastic version that I bought previously. And I'm fixing to go hit some grub, get a shower because I'm filthy, been outside sweating all day. I will catch you guys on the next one. Much love. Kyle out.